just been thinking about as we're kind of thinking about skills and stuff is like, you mentioned skateboarding.
Yeah.
But what do you do like when you find out that you're not good at something? That's that's discouraging to find out, hey, I do want to do this, but then you try it and you're not very good. What would you think about that?
Well, the answer to that, Adrian, is I wouldn't know. I'm good at just about everything. No, absolutely not. It's just that I don't participate in anything that I'm not good at. It's a great way to get through life.
Fight or flight, and you just flight.
Only do things you're good at or can win at. I'm telling you, life will get so much better for you. That happens a lot, to be honest, just coming across things that I'm not good at and being forced to reckon with that. First thing is to ask for help, usually, or I'll see if somebody else wants to do it. say it's something in the work environment and something comes across and it's like, ooh, this is very organized, detailed task. I'll find somebody who likes that stuff.
Sure, yeah.
And tries to do it and try and coordinate with them. Say like, hey, is this something you want to take on? I can take something off your plate, maybe. Or otherwise I'll just be like, hey, what's your system? How do you make this work? Because I am not good at this.
Yeah, it's a learning opportunity. It's building community, having friends and family around you that can allow you to explore things. I have a few really good friends that they are into something. They're way beyond the skill level that I'm at. But I've been able to maintain those conversations. So when something does come up, I can just shoot a text and say, hey, how do I do this?
How do I turn this bandsaw on?
Exactly. Where is the button?
Yeah. What is wood? How do I work this?
How do I keep all of my fingers?
Ooh, very important question. Very important question.
Yeah, but I think that's really important,
Yeah.
Discouragement is real. I mean, we all get discouraged.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of like, how do you kind of move beyond just that initial sort of grief that you kind of experience?
Yes.
Because there's been some times when I thought, I'd really love something or get really into it. But then I took the first few steps and I realized, hey, this isn't for me.
Yeah.
And I see the people who love it and who are growing and thriving in it. And then there's kind of this little like bit of jealousy that happens.
Yeah.
But then, you just have to learn how to say, that's just not who I am. Or maybe that's just not the way that I've been kind of gifted my mind or my abilities.
Yes.
For me, a 5'8" Hispanic guy, I'm not going to be in the NBA.
You're 5'8"?
Maybe. Maybe a little less. But, there's no way I'm going to be in the NBA,
True.
However, I can dunk over my son, if we're at the park. So, there's a give and take, you know what I'm saying?
That's true. Take your victories where you can get them, especially against small children, apparently, is what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah.
You can always find a way. I'd mentioned this before, but really, as I've grown older and come across these things of running into skills that I'm not good at, things I'm not good at, whether finding out by being with a friend who wants to do that activity, you go along and you're like, oh, turns out racquetball is not for me. Like I'm terrible. But as a kid, I remember just being mortified and just doing everything I can to try and worm my way out of it.
Yeah.
But now, as an adult, just realizing that leaning into humility is such an important part of being able to live with all the things that you're not good at.
Sure.
Just coming up and saying like, wow, yeah, I'm terrible at this. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is about. And then either asking for help or just kind of allowing yourself that grace to say, I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm going to be okay with being bad at this for a long time, recognizing that it takes time.
But having the humility to say, hey, I need some help here. I don't know how to do this.
Yeah, that's been a huge thing in my life, which is great. I'm not always good at it. I will say that. There's times where I want to be good at something, and if I'm not, try and puff myself up, make myself look a little bit better than I am, or talk a good game. But I tell you what, it's so much more fun engaging with somebody who has the humility to say, I'm not good at this, because immediately as somebody who maybe good at that thing. I'm like, great, let's do this together. That sounds fun. I don't need you to be good at this. I don't care if you are or not.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. I talked last week about nothing matters. Talk about people not caring about things. I think that's another thing you have to remember. People really don't care. So what? You can't play racquetball. So what? You can't build your own shelves.
Yeah.
I don't think most people care. But if you're have humility and say, I'm just bad, they're like, oh, great. I can help you. I know a few things.
Yeah.
Boom. Easy.
Yeah, that actually kind of helps people, I think, kind of bolster their sense of purpose.
Yeah,
you know? Like when you're humble and you come to somebody and say, hey, you're a better guitarist than me, or you're a better piano player, or you're a better singer than I am. Like, how do you do it? I think that helps somebody else recognize their own skill, their own ability, and a chance for them to kind of like help somebody else out. It's a lot of fun.